To be or not to be? That is the question. Or is it? Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, and we inspire. And I have been talking to you in this last video about a real important question that you need to ask yourself if you are at a crossroads in your life. And that question is, do I need a revolution or do I need evolution? Well, once again, last time we got together on video, I was telling you about my revolution, where I changed everything, a sudden change. Boom, right here, right now, I'm changing this. And my advice is that if you are somewhere between 50 and 75% in a situation where if you continue to do the things that you've always done, that you need a revolution. So what's the difference between a revolution and evolution? Revolution is sudden, right now, big change, boom. And evolution is a gradual change in things and things that you're learning, so on and so forth, to move you on a step-by-step basis. How do you determine which is which? I have a very simple answer for you. The answer is, if you have a system, then if you have a system that you can trust, if you have a system you can rely upon, then you're looking for evolution. You're looking for evolution. All right? I found myself in that scenario. I'm going to tell you the story. You know, I already told you the story about how my dad came and called me a bum, and I had the revolution of, you know, discarding my friends and not putting me in the position that I want. If I hang around, I'm going to be the same old, blah, blah, blah. You know that story. You probably lived that story. But then I found myself working with a company called Copa. I was living in Santa Cruz, California, and was commuting to San Jose. That's where their offices were. And they had a system. They had a game plan. Now, that's, you know, on the business side of the balance sheet. But once again, a system. I have a system on the personal side of the balance sheet. And I've gone over this with you many, many times. I'm going to review it for you here. Take a look at what your system is in the morning. Do you get up, first thing you do, go to social media and worry about what Joey, Freddie, and Susie did last night, all the problems they have, you know, all the heroic acts they performed, so on and so forth? Or is the very first thing that you do in the morning taking stock of your assets, examining your data, and seizing the data and moving forward? My point is, a system is key. A system is fundamental that you have to have. It's essential. I wake up in the morning, the very first thing I do is my quiet thinking time. That's my system. It settles me, it grounds me, it puts me in a position where I can function for the rest of the day on a productive level. Why? Because it gives me an opportunity to reflect in the things that I've done. You get hundreds of thoughts that go through your mind in a very short period of time. I'm talking 5, 10, 15 minutes of your day where you sit in a comfortable chair and you reflect on things. Also that you express gratitude for the things that you have. Also that you visualize what it is you want to become, what it is you want to do, what your dream, your goal, your ambition. And if you're in a position where, gee, I'm just starting out, Eli's dad, I don't have a major life purpose at this moment, that's okay. Guess what? Everybody starts out in that position. So how do you move from that position to a position with a purpose, with a burning desire, with a goal that you can visualize, with something substantial to go for, to help you to achieve the success that you desire and you deserve? The way that you accomplish that is while you're having your quiet thinking time, what you do is you listen to your thoughts. And if you keep getting the same thought over and over and over again, you say to yourself, you know what? Let me think about that one a little bit longer. And when you do that, you're going to find that you're going to start to have more pinpointed areas of interest. And when you do, pursue them. Go after it. See what's there. All right? But that's, once again, we're talking about a personal system. You know, one of the things that I, quote unquote, struggle with in terms of this channel is, what can I talk about today? Because I think about things from my perspective where, you know, I'm a senior, I think of things the way a senior thinks, and I'm trying to express the fundamentals of success to people that are in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, you know, and pass those along. Once again, fundamentals remain the same, principles remain the same, technology changes. Okay, but also phrases change. You know, one of the things I found in my life that is one of my major deterrents as far as communicating is concerned is that I do not use the word bro enough in a sentence. I'm there, I'm listening to people talk, and hey, bro, okay? I'm thinking to myself, really? Do I have to talk like that? Is that, you know, everybody is using these terms. Okay, but I don't have to use the terms, but I have to understand the terms. That's the point. So one of the things that a teacher does, or a mentor does, or both, is you take what somebody knows to something they don't know, and you make little baby steps towards it. Well, I have to do that as far as communicating is concerned, especially with you, my number one son, Eli the Great, but also with other people, because, you know, in many cases I'm 20 years older than they are, 30 years older than they, and I have to understand what it is they're saying. So, you know, terms like, oh, that's fire. All right, well, back in my day, that wasn't necessarily a good thing. Today I understand that's a really good thing, right? My point is, you need to have a system where you can do your best, that puts you in a position to do your best. And for me, on a personal level, as I preach many times, the key thing, the key element is that 5, 10, 15 minutes of quiet thinking time where I'm able to gather my thoughts, communicate with the infinite mind, receive mind flashes. As a matter of fact, what motivated me to do this is I had a mind flash from one of my old friends, John O'Connor, who at one time said, the solution to pollution is revolution. And I saw, and this was, you know, in addition to mind flashes, you also have things that the infinite mind plans for you to help you move forward. And for me, in this particular case, was I saw the word revolution and the word evolution, and I don't remember exactly where, directly underneath each other. And I thought to myself, wow, the only difference in those two words is the letter R, revolution and evolution. And then I said, why don't I take a look and see what the difference is? And I did a little research, read a couple of articles on that, and of course my own experiences. So on the personal side of the balance sheet, once again in the morning, first thing, give yourself quiet thinking time, get yourself set for the day. And then moving on to the business side of the balance sheet, find yourself a system. Now, when I was starting out working for Copa, I had the revolution, I was changing my lifestyle, and what attracted me was they had a system. And the system was a step-by-step-by-step system. So you have to be clever enough to identify when there is a system that works. That works. And you want to examine the data to see that it will in fact work, because if you're going to put your faith in that, if you're going to follow the system to achieve the success that you want to achieve, it has to be a genuine system that works. True? And in my particular case, and this company did so much for me, it took me from answering a blind ad in a newspaper to becoming a divisional vice president with that very same company, where I ran multiple offices, I trained and developed people. That's where I became a mentor. All right, there's several people that still contact me every once in a while and say, yo, how's it going, Eli's dad? Let me know what's, you know, how you doing, you know, or this situation, that situation. They like to share with me. We developed a mentor-mentee relationship. The point is, You need to find a system for yourself that's going to advance. If the position that you're taking on a job is just one where you're making money, and I'm not talking about, like Eli right now, has a job and he's making some money. All right, he's still in school, he's doing it to make a little extra money. I love it because he's learning, that, hey mom, hey dad, can you give me $10 that money doesn't grow on trees? Boy, have you ever heard that one before? That money is something you have to work to get, so on and so forth. And that's a growth for him in his character. And we all go through that. My first job was at McDonald's, all right? I came home one day, had money, and my parents said, what's going on? I said, I got a job. I'm working at Mickey D's, all right? And they were proud of me, and I'm proud of Eli. He went out, got a job on his own. The point is, though, once you're past that, once you have evolved past that particular scenario, and you're looking for career options, make sure that the position that you take puts you into a system that is going to allow you to grow, where you're going to learn, where you're not only able to provide value to other people, but you're also able to gather value for yourself, where you're able to grow as an individual. See if you can't latch on to a mentor that's doing what it is that you want to do, and copy what they do. Find out what they do, and let them put you in a position where they say, I really wouldn't do that. That's not a smart thing to do. Like on the personal side of the balance sheet, Eli's in a position right now, being in high school, where you got this guy going with this girl, and they break up, and so on, and you're very tempting to say, as an example, oh, I never really liked her, so on and so forth. You were always the man, blah, blah, blah. And then they have to end up going back together again, and they don't remember what they were fighting about. They remember, though, what you said about the girl. I gave Eli the warning. Don't do that. Have the discipline to not say anything. Keep yourself out of it. Support your friend, but keep yourself out of it. Those things, as far as a mentor is concerned, that they can alert you to potential bonfires that could grow. That's why it's important to have a mentor, not only for the things to do, but also for the things not to do. So it's important that you put yourself into a system that you trust, that you follow that system, and you move forward with that system. And that is the evolutionary portion of revolution versus evolution. The first thing I did, Dad called me a bum. Revolution, cut out this lifestyle, cut out these people, cut out those friends, cut out those activities, and now I have a whole new set of activities that I'm doing. That's the new Eli's Dad revolution, back when I was a young puppy. And then once I made that decision, then I started the evolutionary process, which was, there was a system I could trust, I embraced it, I followed it, I advanced step by step, and worked my way to one of the very top positions in that company. So you're going to do both. You're going to have a revolution and an evolution. How do I know that? Well, when you're in college, you're living the college lifestyle, then you go out into the real world, there's revolution number one. And then once you're in the real world, how are you living? What are you doing? Sometimes people go from that position, they have the revolution from, their last level of education to the real world, and they begin to evolve immediately, but they first had that revolution. Sometimes you're in the real world like I was, and you're living the life of Riley, so to speak, and you're not really growing anywhere, and you have an aha moment or an epiphany like I had with my dad, and you have the revolutionary moment, but you've got to find a structure, a system that's going to put you where you want to go to achieve the things that you want to achieve, to provide value for others as well as value for your very self. Key points. So many of you are at a crossroads right now. What do I need to do? Revolution, evolution. Complete change in lifestyle, find a system, and advance with it. Next time we get together, we're going to talk about revolution versus evolution on the business platform with this very same company, Copa, where they actually had a major failure. And remember, let's not ration the passion, let's fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.